Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. Going to get straight into the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY on the daily as per usual. Nothing's changed on the daily. We were looking for this C down, at least to go and break this low here, the ending point of wave A. On H4, we got the 5 down now, so any buy setup you get, you can start to look for a buy, even though that low hasn't been broken. Ideally, we would have liked to have seen this low broken. In this 5 down in here, it hasn't, so you will have to be careful. This wave Z may not be over yet. On the H1, you can see here we may get a bear hidden here. For the last one down, we get like a WXY X2 and a Z down, and we got bear hidden here. So you could scalp one down if you get a setup, and then you'd be looking for the buy setup. AU on the daily, nothing's changed on the daily. We're looking for this wave C up. Pretty much played out how we're looking at it. This may turn motive. We're looking for that C up on the daily, so this can be like a WXY X2 and a Z up on the H4. At this stage, we've just got 3 up. We've got 1, 2. We're getting that third one up. On the H1, you can see that this is looking rather bullish. We're looking for a bull hidden in here. We're looking for like 1, 2, 3, wave 4, and then you can look for that wave 5 up. More than likely, we will get bull hidden in here, and you'll get an opportunity to buy that wave 5. GU on the H1 on the daily, sorry. So there's 2 scenarios we've been going over here. This is an A, B, C, and that's it. And we got this impulse down, and we just get a correction here, and we get 3 down in here. The second scenario is we got a large flat here, and we got looking at it as an A, B, C, possibly up to this 100 fib. On the H4, this has played out exactly how we've been looking at it. We got this, we got the wave Z up now. We got WXY X2 and the Z up with all the bearish divergence. Again, on the H1, you may still get an opportunity to buy here. We'll be looking for a correction. Like, we got a nice impulse, so we're waiting for a correction. Some sort of a 3 waves. And then if you get the buy set up, you can buy for at least an A, B, C. EU on the daily. Nothing's changed on this either. We're looking for that wave C up on the daily. This one's completed the 5 up too. We got this WXY X2. We're looking for that Z up. It hasn't reached our targets yet, the 123.6 and the 161.8. On the H1, there may still be another one up here. Again, I'll be looking for very similar to GU. We got looking at an impulse and an impulse. So I dare say we get a little correction in here, another impulse, and then we get the A, B, C. And it may turn motive, give you 5 up. And you on the daily, nothing's changed on the daily. We're looking for that C up. H4, we got the 5 up as well. We got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the bearish divergence. This may not be over, this 5th wave. You can see it's looking very choppy in here. So we're getting a flag in here. So we're looking at least an A, B, C. So if you get a setup to buy, you can look for a buy. Just for one more up, and then more than likely you'll be looking for a sell because you'll get all the bearish divergence. GY. So this is completed now, this internal wave Y, extended wave Y. This is completed, a bounce clean off that first target at 123.6. So now we've got a WXY. We're waiting for that X2, and then we'll be looking for that wave Z up. H4, just waiting for a correction. We got a nice impulse down, but then we got another impulse and another impulse, and an impulse here even. So I dare say what's going to we get is some sort of an A, B, C in here, and then we get an A, B, C before we get an A, B, C, finishing off the correction, and then we get an A, B, C. So yeah, this can become quite complex, this correction in here. At this stage, I dare say you'd be getting a buy setup. There was a sell setup in here during the week, and now we're getting a buy setup in here. UY on the daily. This is playing out how we're looking at it as well. So far, we're looking for this A, B, C, possibly down to that 100 pip. H4, this has turned very choppy as well. We got this like WXY. We're getting some sort of a large correction in here. So I dare say we get another flat in here, and then we get like WXY, X2, and a Z down. There really isn't much to trade at this stage. It's looking very bearish in here. So you may get a scalp to sell, but it's not something I would really do because it's not a complete structure. Like, we got an extended wave Y. So we got a WXY, X2, and a Z down. We got the bear hidden there. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. If you want to scalp this, you got to be really careful, because more than likely it's just going to be a scalp. It's not going to fall over on you. It will just break this low and then, give you a larger correction. So yeah, if you're trading this at this stage for the sell, you have to be really careful. USD CAD. This one's not playing nicely at all. We got that X1 and the X2. They were of a similar size. We were looking for the targets to get hit in the daily. They never did. We didn't even go up and break the ending point of wave Y. Instead, we're getting like this can be a an A, B, C in here, and we get a flat in here. And that's the way I'm still looking at it. But you really need a nice setup. Oh, scissors. These shouldn't be on here, but anyway. So we got that WXY, X2, Z up, impulse down, impulse up, A, B, A, B, and a C in here for our flat. And then we got that A, B, C. Finishing off that B wave. And then we got, well, even on the lower time frames, we're getting 5 down. played out nicely on the H1. We got this 5 down here, WXY X2, and we got that Z down. The problem here is with this Z down, we lost all the bullish divergence, and this is really sharp. So more than likely we'll get another one down. So yeah, as you can see, I am looking at it as a larger flat for upside and A, B, C, but there's not getting a buy set up. So me personally, I'd just be waiting for the buy if it happens. You could go down onto the lower time frames. More than likely, you'll get a bear hidden in here and another one down. The Swissy on the daily, this one. So we're looking at this A. Zoom in a bit. So we're looking at this A, and then an A, B, C, and then the C up, the larger C up. On the H4, we've got the 5 down now, like we've been looking for over the last few weeks. Looking at this like WXY X2, bounce clean off that 38.2. Then we got the Z down. So now I'll be looking for that A, B, this wave C up. So I'll put a target on here that we can look for. So we're looking for this 100 pip target in the buy. If we get a buy opportunity, I'll be first targeting that 100 pip there. It's still looking like we're going to get another one down at this stage. Like we get a W, X, Y, X2 and a Z down. We do have a bear hidden here as well. So you have to be careful with the buy at this stage. Ideally, we get these 5 down in here, a bullish setup up to that 100 pip target before we get more downside. EG, we're looking at that A, B, and extended wave C. So we got this W, X, Y, X2, and we're getting this wave Z down. We are getting a bear hidden here. So I'll be looking for like an A, at least an A, B, and a C down. So you really be waiting for a correction in here and then looking for a sell. To be buying is quite risky when you're buying in a correction. WTI, we got this impulse up and we got an impulse down. So there's there's quite a few scenarios actually. Firstly, I'd be just looking for a correction in here and we get an A, B, C, and it may or may not go and break that low. And then we get an A, B, C as a flat, a regular flat or a running or expanding flat if this low gets broken. So I dare say we're going to get quite a choppy wave in here. If we go to the H4, we're looking for the 5 down. We've got those 5 down. We got that like W, X, Y, X2. We got the Z down. And now we're getting a buy setup. I'm already in this and I'm looking for another buy on Friday. I got in a trade right down here somewhere. I'm still in that and I'll be looking to add. You can see we're getting a little flag here If you get a buy set up, you definitely can look for at least 1, 2, 3. At least 3 up. It may bounce off this trend line and give you another one down, but you should at least get 3 out of it. Ideally, I'm targeting this 50 fib. That's what I'm targeting because, like I mentioned, looking for a correction in here. Now, this correction in here on the daily may even come and break that top. Because we know B waves can break the top. So, this can be very deep correction and even go break that top, and then you get an A, B, C. And then you get an A, B, C for more upside. Whereas if this low here gets broken, we get a correction and then another one down breaking that low. Well, then that'll be the flat there and we get more downside. So, yeah. Gold. So, on the weekly, we have broken the top. It hadn't got to our weekly targets at 123.6 and the 161.8. It hasn't got to those targets yet. It still may. We sort of have on the H4. We got that A, B, C bounced off that 100 fib. Problem now is we got a bull hidden in here. So this can go up and break that top with that bull hidden. So you've really got to be careful with this pair at this stage because we got 3 up with bearish divergence on the H4. With that C wave, so would be expecting it to fall further, but on the H1 we got like 1, 2, 3 down as well with bullish divergence. We got a nice impulse up, so we're going in the direction of this impulse here, and would be looking for at least another one up, at least an A, B, C, and it may even go and break that top, turn motive, and give you 5 up breaking that top. At this stage, you can only buy it. Silver, very similar to gold. It's more on the lower time frame. This one, we're looking for that wave Z up. We got that like W, X, Y, X2. We got the bull hidden here. We got a nice impulse up. Look for your buy to go and break the top for that wave Z. Bitcoin. So we'll just look at this last wave up here. Like I've mentioned, there's nothing really you can do on the daily. We're waiting for a correction back to the 50 fib, and then you can start to look for buys again on the daily. On the H4, we got the wave Z up. Well, we're getting extended wave Z. These shouldn't be on here. So we got this like W, X, Y, X2, and we're getting this extended wave Z. So if I just go down to the H1, you'll see what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this W, X, Y, X2, and we're looking for that Z up. It's very choppy. It's not something I would do. I wouldn't even bother buying this. It's more of a sell, really. I mean, got an impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then I'd be looking for one down. But this may go up and break that top. I would be waiting for wherever the top is, and then get a sell set up. I'll be more interested in a sell down to this 50 fib on the daily, rather than buying at the top of the market. S&P 500. So this one's playing out exactly how we're looking for. It's it's hit the first target now, that 123.6. So the second target's that 161.8. We've got that W, X, Y, X2, and we're getting this very impulsive wave Z up. It never gave us a correction, a very shallow correction. You know, and we're at that first target. So if you're not in the buy, I would be leaving it alone at this stage. We're starting to get bearish divergence on the H4. If you were going to trade it, you know, you'd have to wait for some sort of a bull hidden here, you know, before you could look for another buy. AU200. So we're looking for this C up, looking for this A, B, C, possibly up to that 100 fib. H4, this one did give a bit better correction in here. And we've got a wave Y. So we've got it like a W, X, Y. Wait for this wave Y to be over, give you an X2, and then you can look for that wave Z up. The FTSE is really difficult. I mean, you know, there's really not much on it at all. It's very choppy in here on the daily, so there is no clear direction. This is looking bearish as well. This top here was broken, so it's breaking all the rules. You can't really, there is no real direction. You'd be scalping on lower time frames, and that's all you can really do, because there's no clear direction on the daily. And this is extremely choppy. Yeah. And finally, the DAX. I mean, this technically played out. You know, we got that like A, B, and a C down, and then it's gone up and broken the top. So yeah, we got this like A, B, C in here, and then we're looking for that A, B, C. I mentioned, I would have liked this C down to go a lot further. I was expecting it to go a lot further. It didn't, but it still completed the C down. So, and now it's gone and broken the top. All you can do now is wait for a correction. You have to wait for a correction. After a big move like this, you don't want to be buying up the top. You'll get burnt. Simple as that. You'd be looking for at least a 50 fib retrace. So you're looking for a correction, and if you're selling, and you can sell, but if you're selling, you've got to be mindful that you're selling into a correction before you're getting more upside. So if you're selling, it can be very choppy. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. If you did, hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.